What's poppin', YouTubers, what is going on? East New York's finest, hosted by the one and only Mike. What's going on, y'all? First off, just in case it does happen, and unfortunately, if it doesn't, it doesn't. No hard feelings. I've been in the works months ago. I was trying to sell off my 97 to '06 GI Joe line to Ryan over in Toy Federation, and he felt that it wasn't for him because the market for that stuff is kind of tricky, and I respect the fact that I guess he really didn't want it, and well, he really didn't want to lowball me into just taking it to take it, knowing that he might be sitting on a lot of that stuff. That stuff, it'll fluctuate. It goes up, down. Unfortunately, with my luck, I just happened to sell it around a time where I decided to put this stuff up here. My whole philosophy is and has always been, if I can't display it, I don't need it. Which means I don't understand the rhyme or reason why people pay storage units, put their stuff in storage, whether they have their stuff minutes or hours away from them. I'm the kind of person that I like, sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and I'll just come up here and sit, and I'll just turn around and I'll look at this stuff. And then even while I'm here, I'll just look over in my G.I. Joe room looking in, or sometimes I'll just sit in there with the light on for hours. There's been times where I sat there from like 1:30 a.m. to around 5, 6, dozed off, woke up, and just kept looking around at the stuff and seeing how I can improve and just enjoying the fruits of my labor. So I am, I'm very... excuse me. Like most collectors, I'm very indecisive. I didn't think I would get rid of my G1 Transformers, but around the time we were living in the insurance house back in 2020 or 21, I think it was right after COVID. I don't even remember, but we had some bad water leaks in this house, so through our home insurance, they put us in a house like another 5-minute walk from here for about 2.5 months until a lot of stuff in this house got redone, and I was gonna sell off my Transformer stuff. Some Asian dude reached out to me, and he was in the works, but his price he was talking, and I wasn't comfortable with the price, and we FaceTimed each other. It was extremely. I must have sweated off like 4 pounds because it was the summertime. It was hot as hell, and there was no AC or nothing on in this house because they were doing construction and shit like that, and they needed the air ducts and stuff, to not work and things of that nature. So you come up here, it was like if it was 80 outside, it was like 100, almost 100 in here. If it was 95, you couldn't even come in here. Like, it was so hot that it was disgusting. But anyhow, I've since poured like God knows how much more money into the Transformers alone. So anyway, I have stuff that I'm gonna try to work a deal out with Ryan over in Toy Federation. Me and him have a real good rapport. I'll call him every once in a while. Shoot the breeze. He's very, very cool. Even if he's busy, he'll talk. He won't try to interrupt you. He won't, act like he's bigger than you, or like, hey, my time is more important. I got customers. He's not like that. He'll sit there and let you talk. And then if it gets to the point where, we'll both go back and forth a little bit. He's like, all right, well, take it easy. I'm sorry, but I have to go now. And he does it like that, very polite. And I know I've talking something about I think a deal or two that they did before, and I thought it was a low ball deal. But again, sometimes when you're on the outside looking in, you have to you have to see shit for what it is. Excuse me. You have to look at the other person's perspective on things. And me as a collector's always gonna overvalue what a reseller is gonna value. A reseller won't, like, I think sometimes we look at them as devaluing stuff just because they want to make profit. They got to make profit. They have an overhead, and just because you're a collector, you loved it and you paid top dollar for it, don't mean that I'm going to buy it from you just because you loved it and you paid top dollar, and I'm going to pay you what you want for it and then have it sit here and not make any money. of course, any business would go out of business and wouldn't have a business if they had that model. Like nobody in their right mind is gonna pay you. Most of the time, you're not gonna even get 50% of what something goes for, regardless on how hot it is, unless that person really gotta have it and things of that nature. But you're not gonna get 70 or 60, 65. Hell, you might not even get 50 or 45% of what it's worth, because they gotta sit on it and they know what they have. They know how much of it they have. Just because you love it and you want to get rid of it and it's good stuff, don't mean they don't have bins and bins of the stuff just sitting somewhere. You understand? So I reevaluated that and I understand that and understood it too. And when I did see Ryan at the toy show at JoeCon last year, I explained myself to him and I apologized. He had no idea, and then I said something, and he probably don't even remember my comment, but I'm pretty sure he's gotten a lot of hate and trolls that just want to. I don't hate and troll people just because they're successful, whatever. I don't even hate or troll. I just basically like, hey, I think that was kind of low, or that was crazy, or something like that. But again, it's coming from a perspective as a collector. So from a collector's perspective versus somebody who's not a collector who has to resell it, you gotta look at it from their point of view. Hey, I have an overhead. Yes, I will buy it. I can buy it, but I gotta get it for a good price to make money on it, and I'm gonna sit on a lot of it. And if you came to me, so hey, at the end of the day, no disrespect to you, but if we can't make a deal or you're not happy with the deal, I'm sorry, we can't make a deal, because at the end of the day, I have to make money. So I understand that, and I reached out and I apologized to him in person for it. He understood it. He respectively and sincerely, took my apology. It wasn't like I was disrespectful or crazy, but I don't even think I went off the beaten path. But he understood it, and me being a man, I can and I do admit when I'm wrong, and I don't sugarcoat shit. I call shit for what it is, and yeah. So I reached out to him, and he said, hey, send pictures to this number. I sent pictures to that specific number because I have his personal number as well. He gave me the store number, and of course, my guy Travis, he's the guy that he kind of looks like Tom Hardy a little bit. It's like if you put Bane's mask on Travis, that's Bane. Like, that's Bane in the face. Like, he has that look. And I'm always teasing him about it. And, we had a long, good conversation this afternoon about what I had. He was a little confused because of the pictures. There was too much stuff crowded, so they had to sit there and really look at the pictures. And he's the one that's going to be handling the Transformer stuff. So I sent Ryan pictures of some Jakks Pacifics and Mattel loose wrestlers. Nothing to cry over there. The 96 to 06, well, the G2 G.I. Joe stuff that I had left, which were the collector and mellowweight stuff that I decided to get rid of. I sent pictures of some other little mediocre G1 G.I. Joe stuff as well. I also sent him pictures of some 1980s and 1990s like toy fodder. I sent him some boxed Mattel wrestlers, as well as very few Black Series, and etc., etc., etc. I also sent him just a shell of the Firehouse from Kenner's Ghostbusters, as well as a couple of Ghostbuster figures and a couple of Beetlejuices. That's nothing. I mean, for him, that's, to me, I'll probably sell it for a couple of hundred out here, but, to a guy like him, that's probably less than that. You understand what I'm saying? So I get it and I understand it. So I did send a ton of pictures. I was outside from like 8:45 p.m. to probably about close to 12, taking pictures of stuff. I still didn't take the pictures of my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle vintage stuff because I have that stuff in a box, and I paid a lot for that from Whatnot. And I've added a couple of figures here and there, but I didn't take any pictures. And we worked the deal out. I'll take that down to him and let him go through it. And we'll take that from there. My price, I'm asking. He likes the stuff. So again, you got some Mattel and Jakks Pacifics loose wrestlers. You got the very few, Kenner Ghostbusters and Playmates Beetlejuice, maybe 3 or 4 Beetlejuice figures. I mean, that's nothing to cry over. Some 1980s toy fighter as well as 90s. There's like the two different G.I. Joe stuff. Like I said, some Melloway and convention pieces. Nothing crazy, but you know. And then of course some LJN wrestlers as well as some Hasbro. A lot of different stuff. You know. And again, my G1 Transformers, my Panache Voltron. I have 2 Lionbot Voltrons and 2 car or vehicle Voltrons. I have I have each of them in a Matchbox box, and then I have them each loose. And then I also have the Voltron 2, which is like the 3 animals or bears or apes, or whatever the fuck they are. I only have one of those, and it's not boxed, but it's in great condition. And then I have the 5 Pro Blitzway big ass Voltron still sealed in the box. And like I said, you know, Battle Beast, the Panache Voltron, a lot of stuff. And I sent them the pictures, and I thought the price was decent for what I told him. And he didn't say I was crazy or nothing like that. He just said, well, let me work out the numbers to see where we at. That's exactly what he said. But just to give you guys a little example, I mean, it's way more pictures than this. But it's from there to there. So it's a lot of stuff. And, you know, again, Travis, you know, he called me and I showed him more pictures and kind of explained to him what was what, and like, hey, I got the, oh man, I think my light's gonna go out. And we were just talking a little bit about stuff. If it does go out, that's why this video ended prematurely. People probably got too much stuff on downstairs. But yeah, man, so hopefully the deal gets worked out, or we can work out a price. I don't want to sell the stuff and scatter it everywhere and then get stuck with stuff that everybody cherry picked the best stuff and then I can't move it. I just decided to get rid of everything and, you know, say, hey, he wants it. Because that, you know, because, like, you know, the other G.I. Joe stuff, it just wasn't for him. He got a couple of shows coming up, so I'm pretty sure he could use some of this stuff a lot more than others. I mean, I'm pretty sure he got tons of Transformers, but most of my Transformers are in really good condition, and most of them are complete with weapons. I do have a couple of boxes here and there, but the boxes are beat to shit, but they still want them. But I think that's the biggest of the stuff that I have is the Transformer stuff. The Panache Voltron is semi-complete. I think I'm missing like 1 or 2 vehicles, and I think 1 or 2 Robeast coffins, and I think 1 or 2 figures from that wave, is along with the Lionbot, well, the Panache individual Lion Force keys. I don't have those, but I have mass majority of everything else. And like I said, all the other toys are just basically mediocre. I mean, you know, I don't know what he would give on that, but you know, the main stuff is basically the Battle Beast, Panache, the other Voltron stuff, and the Transformer stuff. I do have some more stuff I'll probably take down to him, but I want to see where we are with this stuff first. I don't want to overload him with stuff, and you know what I mean, I just want to see where he's at with that. And if it works out, my plan was just to go down there with my pickup truck. I didn't want to go down there with the pickup truck and trailer. But if I do have, I'll see how. I think I should be able to fit everything in the pickup truck, between the bed and the back seat. I should be able to fit everything. If not, I'll take the trailer. But I'll see. I'll see where I'm at with that stuff. If anything, I'll take extra stuff with me and see if he wants it. But I do have a couple of items that I will put to the side for him. But, you know, I'm going to see where we're at with this stuff. Hopefully we'll get to my price exactly, or round it off around it. You know, my fear would be that he'll just think I'm way too high. He probably can't meet me there. I doubt it, because there's money there. But then again, from a collector standpoint, I got way over, almost 3 times what I'm asking. And again, as a collector, collectors pay more than what a reseller would sell stuff for. Because again, a reseller is not going to you know, compete with a collector, because a collector will pay the price something's worth, and a reseller can only put in so much. If not, they'll lose money. And I understand that. So we'll see where we're at. because it is going to be a long drive. It's going to be basically 15 hours going and coming, which means I could do it in one day, but I might shoot straight to him. And then on the way coming back, I might spend a day with my sister in Virginia and then drive back up here. So I might do that. Depending on what I do and what I bring, maybe I'll ask my mom if she want to go. Maybe she'll go down there for a day or two. You never know. We'll see. I did tell him that I would like to get down there. My plan is to get down there by or before Friday. Basically, I want to get the deal done and be back here by Friday or Saturday, the latest. That's my deal and my plan, but doesn't mean it's gonna happen, because they gotta really take their time and work out stuff and see where they are. I mean, it's basically an 8-hour drive from me to where he's at. I would say roughly maybe extra. Maybe I'll say 8 hours and 15 minutes, depending on, because I'm in East Orange, New Jersey, and I don't know where in North Carolina he is. So again, that also depends on where in North Carolina he's in. But I did a basic guesstimation on the middle of North Carolina and the middle of Jersey, so that kind of like, what I mean? But I know my sister gets to her house around 5.5, 6 hours or so. So, because she came up here for our sister's fourth, she was born on the 2nd of July. My sister Nicole. So, you never know how, what I'm saying? So, and then from there it's like another 2 hours and change. So like I said, I'll probably be driving straight there. So I'll probably leave here around 12 or 2 in the morning, so I can get there for around 8 to 10 a.m. Do my deal with him for a couple of hours, and then, straight from him, maybe stop at a motel for a couple of hours, and then from there head to my sister's, stay that day, and then head back. But I don't know. It all depends on how I feel and the time we make and whatever. But again, that also depends on the deal. They're cool people. Ryan's a great guy. He is extremely fair. Me, Fam Eric and Fam Alex did meet him at Joe Fest last year of 2025. And it's funny because I spent more money than the money that I offered to take for it. I thought the offer was very, very good. And they didn't deny it. Ryan didn't say anything, backtalk it or anything, and neither did Travis. But again, they have to see where they are with Transformer, because the Transformer stuff is probably worth just by itself. Because all the other stuff is just a sweet spot deal just to get the deal over with. Because like I said, I think he's going to concentrate more on a couple of Joes that are convention pieces, which ain't much. And the Transformer stuff. Again, the Battle Beasts, because I think I'm only missing between 5 and 8 to complete that run. Because I think it's like 80... It's 80 something pieces, and I think I have like 78 or 75 of them, and all mine have most of their weapons, and it's gonna take me hours to bag and tag all that stuff anyway. So being that the Battle Beast stuff is the easiest, I'm always gonna, it's always best to start with the hardest. Like, see, I'm the kind of person that if you got stuff here in the front, or this would be the front, if you got stuff here in the front and stuff in the back on both sides, and you got a guy that it makes more sense for me. I'll start in the back, because you start in the front, yeah, but it gets harder the further you go. But if you start in the back and you deal with everything in the back, and then you end it in the front, it makes it easier because your vantage point is shorter. So that's basically how I do things. So basically, Lehman terms, I'm going to start with the Transformer stuff, and I'm going to individually bag them and put them in bins, and I'll have Isaiah help me bring the bins downstairs. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do with that stuff. And yeah, my plan was to take the Mustang. All that stuff. Well, all that stuff may. No, I don't think so. Nah, no way in hell that stuff's gonna fit in that Mustang. Even if I put them in bags and sort them strategically, they're not gonna fit. I will try it though. I will try and see. To be honest, I'll figure it out. If not, I already know I'm gonna be taking the truck. Because if I take the truck, I can put everything in bins. But I would prefer to take the Mustang and just strategically pack everything in the Mustang's trunk, and then I'll figure out what's left over to put in the back seat. So that is my plan. But then again, we still have to have change of clothes and cosmetics. But maybe it's just better to ride comfortable in a big ass truck. So I might just go ahead and do that. Most likely I'm gonna take the truck. I would like to, take the Mustang, but I already know that's not gonna happen. If I was just going at it with the Transformers and Panache, yeah, but all that stuff's not gonna fit. I don't know. But anyway, again, nothing's written in stone. He didn't commit. I committed to a price, and hey, I committed to say, hey, I will sell all this stuff to you. This is what I'm asking. But just because I'm asking that price doesn't mean that he's gonna agree to it or not. He is interested in the stuff. But again, he wants to see where he has to be at, because he gets stuff that comes in all day, every day. And again, what's special to me is not special to him. Just because I'm selling the stuff and I want to get rid of it and it's good shit, he can live without it. I know that. But he is entertaining the thought of taking the stuff off my hands, and I gravely appreciate that. And again, it was great talking to Travis, and always good talking to Ryan. And again, I have his personal number, and now I have the number of the store. And me and Travis spoke for well over an hour, maybe more like an hour and a half or so. And we were talking about a lot of different stuff, and I at least helped him understand what I had, what was going on. So now he understands that, hey, you're not, you're seeing doubles and triples of certain things, because I have 2 Devastators complete. I believe they both complete. Then I have one that are just, like I've told you guys before, I always wanted to have all the combiners. I always wanted to have one of each in combiner mode, individual robot mode, and alternate mode, but I don't have the space or room for it. And I have a lot of them. I have like most of the Target Masters. I think I'm missing maybe 2 to 3 of them that are missing or the Headmasters that are missing their heads. And I did say that most of my Transformers do have weapons. I think I have more that have weapons than more that are complete, because I'm the kind of person that I sit back and I strategically wait until I get stuff, and unless I get it for a decent price at a toy show or whatever that's complete. Other than that, I wait, and obviously you guys have witnessed me on video showing you guys, oh, I got this part and this, that, and the third. So we'll see where we're at with that stuff. So we're, again, he can agree on 70% of it. He can agree on 80 or 90% of it. Hell, he may even go as far as agreeing on 100% of it, which would be fucking awesome. Or he could just deny it and be like, hey, listen, I could agree on 30 or so percent of it. It's all up to him. The ball's in his court. Him and his guys are very fair. He knows what he can get for it. He knows what he's going to sit on more than others. So, of course, anybody like that, you have to outweigh. Everything's a catch-22. So you have to see which pendulum is best for him. Is it going to be even? Is the stuff that I really can use, I know I can sell quickly, is going to outweigh the price I'm paying versus the stuff I got to sit on? You know what I mean? And again, I'm just saying all that because, of course, you guys may see my face on Toy Federation. And I want to put this out there. They're good people. A lot, one thing I don't like is a lot of toy stores are like pawn shops. They make you feel like you're beneath them. They give you this closed-minded, hey, you brought your shit to me, buddy. So this is what I'm going to offer you. You need the money. Nah, 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 ha, 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 ha. And that's not necessarily the case. I'm the kind of person that I get rid of stuff because I either A, don't want it no more, and again, I can't sound repetitive enough. If I can't display it or see it, I don't need it. That's always been my fucking philosophy. And it kills me to have stuff downstairs that I can't display. So, and I'm not putting my shit in storage. I think that's fucking stupid. That anybody would pay somebody, hey, I'm paying you to keep my prized possessions in your facility around everybody else's garbage. And I know I can only come in here and look at stuff during certain hours. I'm going to pay you for that. And I'm going to pay for my stuff. I'm going to pay to stack it and put away. And every once in a while, I'll just keep coming back and forth and changing shit out. That don't work right. That don't work for me. For me, it doesn't work. So again, I prefer to have my stuff displayed. So if I'm having a stressful day, just like when I'm having a real bad stressful day, and I'm gonna put my middle finger up to the law, and I just want to sit there and have a ride, and I'm just feeling reckless, not suicidal, just reckless. I get on my Gixxer 1000. I hit speeds that nobody on the bike, regardless of how much of a pro, because I'm more of a pro biker than I am a novice or I'm definitely not an amateur on a motorcycle. I'm not even an amateur or semi-pro in stick shift. Let me tell you, I can shift and ride a fucking car. There's a lot of things I brag about. My cooking, my hand and feet skills, and my driving. And the love I have as a father and husband. Those, I will contest that, and I would be arrogant to the with the best of them when it comes to that shit. And my loyalty. And straightforward, call a spade type of shit too. I'm 100 on every. I'm 100% on all that shit. I'll say more of 110. I give that extra 10%. To be honest, but anyhow, I just wanted to throw that out there because again, you guys might say somebody gonna troll it. Oh, that nigga was talking shit about Toy. Nah, I'm letting you guys know from the gate. One thing about me is I call shit for what it is, and I always like to. I like to be straightforward, and that way there's no, oh, well, you said that. Nah, I want you to know, hey, well, I corrected this, I corrected that, and this is what happened, this is what, and that's what I'm doing. And again, now you guys understand and know why you guys may see me on Toy Federation, and you guys will know it, you know what I mean? So I big up to them, and again, I am East New York's finest on YouTube. Obviously, you're watching my videos. And again, to Toy Federation. I think everybody on YouTube know who Ryan, Travis, and the guys are from Toy Federation. Again, I have the numbers, and you know, hopefully we can work a deal out. If we can't, no harm, no foul. Maybe I'll still go out there and take him some stuff and see what he wants to pay for this versus that. But if it's, I mean, I would drive down there. Minimally, I would drive down there for about $6,000 to $7,000. I wouldn't drive down there for no less than that because it's gonna cost me. I think round trip it'll probably cost me somewhere around $300 to $500 out of half of $1,000 just to get there and back between tolls and gas. That's what I'm hoping on. It may be less, it may be more. Well, you know what I mean? Well, with the way the gas prices are, probably around that. I don't know, but yeah, man. So that's basically it. I would like to go down there for the full amount and take extra stuff because I do have a lot of extras, but I don't want to confuse it or elongate everything. And worst case scenario is I can take the stuff down there, and I know I can trust him to leave it with him. And when he has the extra money, or we can make a deal with that stuff, that could be something that we could. Hey, I'll take XYZ for this and that, or maybe we could do. How about doing this X amount of money for this, and then da-da-da, you know what I mean? We can always do that. We work a price out and say, hey, this is what I'm willing to give. And I'm like, all right, bet. And then I'll still take whatever. You know what I'm saying? But again, you know, just in case you guys do see, because again, I'll be giving him extra stuff. Like, I also have, not all of them, but I do have like these. I'll like, pod, like, you know, some transformer pods and stuff like that. I'll also be taking that stuff to him and let him work the kinks out with that stuff. So, you know, like an extra or whatever. Even this guy, I would take stuff like this. I'll probably bag and tag that. I'll probably, you know, yeah, I'll probably take that stuff. And yeah, see where we are with that, and you know, take extra stuff to him. And worst case scenario, like I told Travis, you know, we're gonna deal out, cause I will mail all this stuff to him, but what if we don't make a deal? Then it's gotta be mailed back to me. But you know, if I get Marvel Legends or I get this and that, I'm like, hey, well, you guys interested? And if it's stuff that could fit in a nice medium-sized box or two, and it's not as fragile or as many, I mean, I would have to send maybe 15 fucking boxes. You know how many of those boxes are gonna get messed up and or lost? Too many. So it just makes more sense for me to drive 15 hours, 7.5 to 8 going, and 7.5 to 8 going back, coming back. So yeah, man, you know, one never knows, right? Right. So we'll see where we're at with that. I don't want to keep sounding repetitive for half an hour, but yep. I'm hoping I'm hoping that we could work a deal out, because I want this stuff going, and I know he's the guy that can take it all, and he would most likely want to take it all because he's getting the greater stuff in it. And you know, I noticed with his videos, he don't mind taking the least amount of stuff, knowing that he'll get other stuff. You know, yeah, you know, it makes sense. So yeah, that's where we're at. And you know, when I come across extra stuff, I may just go ahead and do a deal with him. I mean, I have a lot more shit. I do have a lot more stuff, and I may go ahead and add more stuff. So I'm gonna see where we're at with that. And again, I have this box that I was showing Travis how I do my stuff. And you know, obviously I bag and tag all my personal stuff, and I have this nice Transformer box. I'm gonna take that down to them as well. And like I was telling him, you know, everything's gonna be bagged and tagged for them to make it easier for them, so they don't have to look at each individual piece and have stuff broken and stuff get figure rub on it and whatnot. It's gonna be easy for them. I'm not gonna write on the Transformers. I'm just gonna ziplock all the Transformers, because all their weapons and stuff here, so they know what to do. And like I said, there are a lot more. There's probably more that are complete than not complete. I don't really remember, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But yeah, I think I'm gonna be taking the truck. I don't think I'm gonna take the trailer, but I'm definitely most likely gonna take the truck. I'm not taking the car. There's no way in hell. I want us to be comfortable, and I don't think all this stuff's gonna fit. So I did tell them I'm going to be keeping some Transformers, and I'll explain to them why. And then everything else I'll just bring to them. So yeah, we're going to work that out. And I do want to concentrate on a couple of other Hot Toys. Like, I do want to get my hands, because I do have the Power Pose Hulk Buster here. There is the Avengers Hulk I want to get, just because I already have the Gladiator Hulk and the regular Hulk. I do also want to get the Hulk with the David Banner Hulk as well, because everybody knows I'm a Wolverine Hulk guy. I do want to re-get the other Logan as well, the other the one they did that like from the Wolverine movie, where he's got on the regular civilian clothes when the old couple gave him the clothes in the barn. I do want that one again, but I would probably like to upgrade the head. I still want to get my hands on a Wesley Snipes blade, because I did buy one from Whatnot and it got stolen as a delivery. So I still want to get that. Somebody did tell me you should wait, because there's a 1/6 scale blade that is out or coming out that's way better. So I may just sit back and wait for that. So there are a decent amount of 1/6 scale pieces that I do want to get my hands on. I also want to re-get my hands back on that premium format Christopher Reeve Superman statue. The one where he's kind of like tilted on the side of the dam. I always like that one. The aerodynamics of it I always love. I mean, the head sculpt could be better, but it's pretty decent. I do want to re-get the Christopher Reeve Hot Toy as well. I want to get the evil version and that version. I do want those. Yeah, I mean, I've had all of them. I've had so many Hot Toys, it's crazy. But yeah, man, so that's basically where I'm at. So that's my plan. My plan is to, little by little, get my G.I. Joes back, pick up those Hot Toys that I explained to you, that I was telling you guys about. Yeah. And yeah, that's about it. You know, somewhere down the line, I may go ahead and get rid of the Super 7 Ultimate G.I. Joes. Or I might keep them. I don't know yet. Because I got a nice amount. But all the ones that I have, I remember them from certain cartoons. That's why I got them. Not because I missed out. Well, yeah, that too. Let me not lie. You know, to say, you know, tell the truth and shame the double, right? So, I almost lied about that bullshit. But yeah, man, so I still want to get the regular 89 Michael Keaton Batman, because the one I got for my boy Ivan, I believe, is the Batman Returns Michael Keaton, but I do want the regular one as well, and I got to get my hands on that Jack Nicholson Joker. Where do he get these toys? I want that one. I don't really care for the mime, because I had the mime and I sold it, and I never really cared for the mime. Just like I don't really care for the bank robber Heath Ledger Joker. I got both of them. Thanks to Ivan, I got the regular Heath Ledger Joker. Then I also have the quarter scale Heath Ledger Joker. I'm looking at it right now, along with the Christian Bale Batman. And yeah, man. So, and I think from now on, outside of that stuff, I really need to start concentrating on. Really need to stop pussyfooting around and stop rebuying. Because as a collector, you waste a lot of fucking money when you're just buying shit that makes no sense. You know what I mean? And I'm really trying to get out of that habit of just buying because I like it. I need to start buying because I want it. Not need, because I don't need none of this shit. None of us, you know, when you start saying, hey, I need this, I need that, you're in trouble. You know, you have to start, remembering and using the right term. I want. Wanting and needing is two different things. You want a car. You don't need a car because there's always a way. There's always transportation around to get you from point A to point B. Bicycles, scooters, electric bikes now. You understand? So, you know, you want a car versus needing. You know, that's the same thing with this stuff. I want this. I don't need any of this. I don't need any Hot Toys. I want the stuff I mentioned. I don't need any of the stuff that I want to get rid of. I want to get rid of it. I don't need to get rid of it. Needing to get rid of it means that I'm in some kind of financial bind, or I'm in a financial bind and I need to get rid of it because I need the room. No, I want to get rid of it because I want the room to add my G.I. Joe stuff and to get a lot of shit off the floor. And I want to get rid of it just because, again, I'm not going to put it downstairs in the basement in bins. It's driving me crazy to have the Panache stuff. Because since I've had this stuff up here for, 2 months now, something like that, I have my Panache and the other G.I. Joe stuff downstairs. And every time I go down there to source and, go through stuff, it drives me crazy just looking at it, knowing that I got to find someone to put it back upstairs. You know what I mean? Just because that's the kind of person I am. So, I'm going to keep some of the basic original Transformers. And I'm going to get rid of everything else. Whatever I have extras of, I'll keep. And then whatever I don't. I mean, I already spoke to Travis. So he's going to be handling that side of it. He's going to be handling that side of... He's dealing with that stuff. And I guess Ryan and some of the other guys. I think Ryan's G.I. Joe guy is going to be handling the G.I. Joe stuff. And I'm pretty sure Ryan's gonna handle. I guess they're gonna work out where they gotta be at, where they, like, yeah, basically where they gotta be at. Hey, we gotta be at this on this, that. Does it add up to the price he's asking? No, it's more. Okay, well tell him, well, this is where we at. Does it add up to less of it? Yes, and okay, this is what we can pay. It's fair. It's fair, like I said. So we'll see where we're at. I forgot I got G.I. Joes in this bin here too. I'll probably take that shit down there too. I got a lot of shit. And again, since I'm going down there, I think I'll make more money off of selling this shit to him than dealing with people up here. Because a lot of the guys up here, like I was saying earlier in this video, they're full of crap. A lot of these New Jersey shops, they want to rip people off. They have a very nonchalant attitude. Hey, how you? Yeah, hey, half of them don't even really greet you. They look at you, how's it going, and go back about their business. Can I help you? Yeah, I want to sell this stuff. All right, what you got? All right, well, I'll tell you what, man. We're not buying today. Can you send us an email, sending me pictures of this and that, and we'll get back to you. Oh, no, it's not for me. Or I can't move that stuff. Like, they're very, just, I don't like it. I don't mind going into stores doing deals where I'm buying, but I don't really like selling to a lot of stores. I used to deal with Royal Collectibles a long time ago because I knew them for years. Thought I was like the chocolate briquette eggplant family member that they deal with, but over the years that place has gotten, it's just not for me. And that's it. I mean, I still have love for them, and I do reach out to one of the guys periodically, but again, he everybody, their grandma is also selling everything to them too. And sometimes that one particular individual that runs and owns the comic store, he's too kind-hearted. So he, people's really in a bind. He just feels like he's obligated to try to make an offer to help ease their financial strain, so to speak. So that's just the kind of person he is. You understand? So it is what it is with that. And, sometimes, when you're overwhelmed and you got too much stuff, again, he's a store. I mean, Toy Federation, I caught a brain fart. Toy Federation, on the other hand, this guy just added more stuff, and I'm pretty sure he's ridiculously overwhelmed too. But he has 3 to 5, maybe even 8 times the space in store and the people that Royal Collectibles does. That's why I didn't reach out to Royal Collectibles this time. And I'm pretty sure my guy would have took a lot of this stuff. Even my boy Eunice, that I used to deal with, he probably would have took mostly all this stuff too. And he probably would work out a price as well. But I just want to deal directly with Toy Federation, see where we're at, see if we can work a price out. I know I was told they're gonna need a day or two to work out the kinks with this stuff. So, I did tell them that, hey, I would like to be down there by or before Friday. So let's see what's going on. I'm not bagging or tagging anything as of yet. I even posted all this stuff up on Facebook Marketplace just to see where I was at. But 9 out of 10, 1 or 2 of my collections I wouldn't even sell on eBay. I mean, on Facebook Marketplace. I just have it up there as a backup if this doesn't work out between me and Toy Federation. But until we work a deal out, even if somebody say, hey, can I come, I would say, hey, I'm gonna be busy until after Saturday, just because I already offered everything to Toy Federation. Even though I posted stuff up on Facebook Marketplace, I just posted it up, but I'm not getting rid of it or selling it yet until I work out something with them, if we work out something. But I do want to have it up there just in case, because if we don't work a deal out, it's up there. And if we do work a deal out, it's up there, but it's already sold. So, but I'm pretty sure we'll come to some kind of agreement, because it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot. So we'll see where we're at with that. And again, if this deal works out, give or take a couple of thousand in my favor or a couple of thousand in his favor, to where we meet on neutral ground, I still have a lot more stuff to bring him to make up that and even add more. And again, like I told him, that price I gave is not including the Battle Beast and the Panache. But if I have to throw one or two of those collections in it for my price or closer to my price, I'll have no problem doing that, and then we could work out trade with one of the other two. Worst case scenario, and then I'll still take other stuff and still be able to add that stuff to trade as well. You know what I mean? So yeah, when we get down there, we can work those kinks out real fast too. Because I'd rather take him everything, whatever I don't want. And you never know, if it works out, sometime in the near future, we're gonna be talking about crazy big bucks on my G.I. Joe stuff. I was thinking more or less on it, only because I need, I need that room. I really, really need an extra room. And yeah, I really need an extra room. So I don't know where we're at with that yet. But we're talking crazy money on that. I mean, we're talking hundreds of thousands. And there is no sugarcoat in that room. In that room, if I do that with him, he'd have to come to me. I wouldn't go to him. He would have to make the trip up here to New Jersey and go through the stuff. Everybody packed. I'm already talking about it like I'm ready to get rid of it. And I really am not. But I do need that room. And I need that room as a bedroom, then as another space. I mean, am I comfortably selling my G.I. Joe stuff off and just keeping this office? Of course. Been there, done that. That stuff is there. But yeah, that's ridiculously serious money. That's like somebody got to come to me. I'm not taking any of that stuff down, because I gotta break that. The aircraft carrier thing down. That's got to go in the garbage. And then I have to take all of those shelves, and that's gonna be thousands of dollars in the garbage. Then I have to reseal all the holes, repaint. It's a lot of work just alone to get that room looking where it needs to look. You know what I mean? So yeah, and that's worst case scenario. I'm not there yet. I don't have to be there. Because, basically my 2 oldest kids should be out the fucking house already. My daughter did leave right out of college. Got her own spot, but rent was crazy ridiculous. And her lease was up, and they were going up way too much money. So we all decided it was best for her to come back home. My other son, my oldest son, like I told my wife, that motherfucking, he'll probably have like 3 kids that still live here. That fucking kid. She's like, no, he wants to leave. He wants to move out. I'm like, man, needing and wanting is two different things. Like I told you guys, I need his ass to go. He wants to go at his own pace. You understand the difference? So yeah, man. But anyway, y'all, that's it. And you know, that's just my take on Toy. I'm about to say Toy Tokyo, Toy Federation. And yeah, hopefully we can work a deal out. And again, I want to put this video out there for all of Toy Federation supporters, to Ryan Travis and the Toy Federation crew. Big ups to everybody, and you know, hopefully I can see my man Ryan in person again, and you know, finally meet my boy Bane, aka Travis, because that motherfucking dude Travis looks like Bane. Real cool people, man. I would like to go down there and work this deal out, break the ice, officially break the ice with Toy Federation, because I broke the ice with Ryan and his boy Tony again last year at Joe Fest. But I would like to officially break the ice with Toy Federation as a whole, and hopefully we can work a deal out. So anyway, man, big props to all of them, and thank you guys for watching this video. And yeah, peace.